We're recording. Captions, everything. Okay. I make a motion, we open the meeting. There a second, please?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Marshall,
Aye.
trustee Lopes,
Aye.
trustee Wimbeck,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer,
Aye.
motion passes.
Okay, the meeting is now open. Is there any board member who has a conflict of interest or anything to disclose regarding the items on the agenda tonight?
I have none. I do not. I do not.
I do not. Okay. That being said, would our deputy clerk please give us the clip notes on our open meeting compliance?
Yes, if you have a question or, I'm sorry, if you would like to give public comment, you can raise your hand or use the Q&A and the mayor will call on you. I think that's all I got.
Yeah, everybody be nice, be civil, name and address, please, always when you are addressing the board, and comments that go are addressed to the board and not to the audience. So thank you. That being said, let us stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'm asking Trustee Marshall to lead us in the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Is there any public comment this evening? From the vast audience? Anybody online for a public comment or?
We don't have any hands raised for comment. Or.
Oh, okay, just checking, okay. Actually, before we get to department reports, I just want to, because Mr. Train is here this evening, from the Pittsburgh Food Cupboard. I want to just give a little bit of background why the Pittsburgh Food Cupboard is being represented here this evening. We have over the last several years been repurposing reserves in the village, some reserves that just really we weren't able to access properly, or there were some funds in this instance, this particular fund, that just really had never been utilized. It's called the Gear Fund, and it's gear with an E on the end. That was established over 121 years ago in the village by Julian Gear, and he, in his will, he designated $1,000 to be held in trust in one of the banks that's no longer even around, for purposes of serving families in our village that were in need. So it was a really lovely gesture and lovely thought. And so this fund has sort of gone from one bank to another over the years. And then finally, about 38 years ago, the last bank transferred it directly to our village. And there were some, nominal donations, I think, that were made over the years by the board. So right now, the entire fund has a dollar amount of $6,200.69. And the board deliberated and thought about a number of different ways to use it. But I think we all agreed unanimously that this is a proper way to utilize the fund, and it respects, I think, the intention of what this fund was by donating the full amount to the Pittsburgh Food Cupboard. Please come up and receive the check. Okay, we're gonna get a little photo up here too. Yeah.
Yeah, you can step over.
Yeah, watch the forward and kind of, Okay, everybody scooch in.
Yep, oh, that was great.
Not over. Here, move the chair. There we go.
Gotta move towards John. Yeah.
Yeah, John, scoot. Y'all scooch to John. Okay.
Just look ahead. We got it.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for your good work. We appreciate the good work of the food cupboard. Okay. Next up, building inspector report. Thanks. Have a good evening, folks. Anything for Steve? Any comments, questions, thoughts? We're coming along.
Is there anything we need to know outside of things that you're concerned about outside of what you presented here?
This time of year, I say doing all the fire inspections for this time of year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I've been concentrating on a lot,
Mhm.
is doing fire inspections. I do all the assemblies and then, for all businesses each year, so.
Yeah.
I'm over halfway through right now.
Oh, that's great. Okay. Okay. Everything looking pretty good though? With the
Yeah.
inspections? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right.
Do you need anything from us?
No, not really.
Okay. Okay.
I always like your 8 to 10 calls per day
If,
with stuff. So what village issues have you typically been hearing?
You name it, I mean, you're,
what has to do
anything
with
that
that?
happens in this village, somebody knows. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, to a pile of pallets, to.
Oh, the pallets.
Extra leaves, in a road, concerns for the median,
Mhm.
I get calls probably 4 or 5 a week about Westford, crossing down there, the size of it and what's going on.
Mhm.
Um,
Nothing concerning.
questions about what can they do, what can be.
Which is standard, yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
I mean, people asking how do I,
the process.
Yeah.
How has the update for the inspections of the apartments gone now that we've changed the process? Have you gotten good
I
feedback?
never issue a letter, we have to issue a letter.
Yeah, we'll get the letter out. Yeah.
Okay, so
But you're doing the fire inspections now, so we don't want to load you up. So that'll be his next round. Yeah, we'll get that out.
Okay.
That's an action item, just a reminder on
Can
it.
you elaborate which letter?
A letter for rental owners to provide an inspection of their property. And there's a checklist.
Well, we changed the law, but we didn't issue a letter to all the homeowners yet, so we gotta do a group mail.
Didn't you do the checklist?
Pardon?
Didn't we do the checklist? No, it's the application.
To see.
But we'll-
The checklist is on the application, yeah. They
Yeah.
would have seen it.
It took a long time just to get everybody on board.
Yeah, we got everybody in the system now, which is fantastic. That was a lot of work, so thank you. Okay, great, thank you. Next up, our DPW reports. Jason,
It's been busy for us. We've had crews basically on leaf patrol for the last, I'd say, month. The new leaf machine is working out exceedingly well. Little detail, I think I put in the notes here that, the previous route was taking about 5 to 7 days to do one full cycle through the village. We're currently doing it between 2.5 to 3 days per full route on the village with 3 different crews going. So that's the sweeper going,
yeah,
that's the leaf machine going, and that's some dump trucks and our loader. So we've accelerated the process. It's putting us ahead of the curve, and we are dealing with a delay in the leaves falling now. I think we've got the last little bit down. So we'll see a good push here before Thanksgiving. I think a lot of people be, put them out to the curb. So we'll have a busy couple of weeks coming up before the holidays here. We received truck ball back that was out for repairs, came back less than anticipated, which was nice. I think we quoted around 8, came back 5. Unfortunately, the other truck had a series of issues happen to it that we were kind of on. That's truck 14, it's a 2016. That has both exhaust manifolds need to be replaced, as a rotting and leaking oil pan, a lower ball joint, and numerous other mechanical issues. It's currently a hog frame and axle going through these repairs for us now. They gave us a quote around 7. He said same thing as before. It could come in a little bit less depending on if they can reuse certain parts, and if they have a little bit ease of removing the exhaust manifold. Sometimes they snap the bolts, sometimes they don't. So we'll get that back, but he said that the truck is in great shape. Otherwise, the frame is in great shape, the body is in great shape. So that helps us. We'll be reevaluating our equipment replacement process here moving forward, because I think we could hang on to these a little bit longer than initially anticipated. So that'll help us out financially.
how much on that truck? How much is that truck? No, what does it cost?
A new one, I won't say that one, but a new one would be probably around 5,000 replaced. So that's with full outfit, full
I'm good
complement.
with 7K.
I think 7K is good.
Yeah,
I like him with 7K.
When did you guys, some of these like exhaust manifold and, leaking oil pan, when did you guys first recognized that this was the issue?
So I started to notice a small, I'd say $half size puddle underneath the truck. Crawled underneath, sprayed it down, tried to wipe it down and look, I couldn't trace where it was coming from exactly. But it was just continuous, and then the puddle started getting larger and larger and larger, then we noticed the fluid levels were starting to get a little low. The truck, the exhaust manifolds, it's one of those things where you just hear it, it's very loud, it sounds like a broken exhaust.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
been like that since I started here, and I said,
Oh, thank
can we
goodness.
just fix this, like, why are we waiting? on
Got
this?
it. Oh,
No,
At some point,
thank you.
residents are gonna be.
Yeah, well, and it's something we need to do. It's, you're maintaining the equipment.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so, going through things, trying to do what we can in-house, but obviously this is one, a little beyond our capabilities, so. Hawk Frame and Axle's been great with us, they always seem
Yeah.
to, give us the honest answer, and. I also tell them that, we're evaluating these trucks, like, if we can keep them, we will, but if they need to go to auction. Please let me know what the best move is moving forward if we're gonna send it to auction,
Yeah.
so they're transparent and honest, and I appreciate that.
okay.
Decorations are going up next week. We'll receive the wreaths, actually Monday. We'll start, wrapping those in lights and get the poles and everything done next week. Probably take the duration of the week, if not carry it. The week of Thanksgiving, but while we do that, we'll also have a leaf crew out, maintaining, leaf pickup too. So we are fully staffed and finally able to kind of keep the wheels turning.
And you have your most recent new hire just started too.
Yes,
So
just
that's
started.
great.
He's been hit the ground running. He's been great, seamless plug-in, and that's been
Good.
great, so.
Good. Okay.
Let's see here. Oh, so we had the tree come down in Sutherland.
Yeah.
During the storm last week. It was a significant, size branch, about 45 feet in length. Basically was a small tree.
It was like 3 tons.
So that crossed the entire road on Sutherland, took out power to residents, took out streetlights, took out utilities, everything. There was a resident that was in a car that with live wires down on top of the car. The person was uninjured. Fire department was able to use a special tool that they have to get the wire off the vehicle, remove the occupant, no complaints there, no damage to the car. Just
Amazing.
an unfortunate circumstance that happened, so. The tree looked and appeared healthy, but unfortunately with these Norways on the inside, they're really decomposed and really have no way of doing it unless you were to drill a hole and.
They're a weak tree and they're an invasive species, and so they tend to rot from the inside, and you never know until there's the damage from the tree.
As soon as
Yeah.
that was exposed, we were able to climb up and take a few photos, and you
Yeah.
could just see that the whole center of the tree was just fine.
Come on.
What type of tree was this?
So Norway maple.
Norway
Norwegian.
maple. Yeah, yeah. So,
So that tree was removed.
Yeah.
We have a stump to grind, obviously, it's very large, it's probably, I'd say 6 feet diameter at the base. It's gonna take some time to get to
Yeah.
that, but, that was removed, we brought in, obviously, a company to do that Terry tree because it was much larger. than.
I just wanted to say, the response for this particular event was amazing. Between the fire department, you folks, our DPW crew, our genie, everybody just stepped up. It
Yep.
was absolutely, everybody should be commended. It was great teamwork.
Yeah, we had a call within a few minutes of the call coming into the fire
Yeah.
department. We were able to have somebody here within 15-20 minutes to close the road to help the fire department. They had multiple calls, so they were able to release from that scene and
Mhm.
move on, which is super helpful. The chief called and thanked us for, the quick response, the good communication.
Yeah.
Our genie was thankful for our response as well, because, it keeps the scene secure for them.
Yeah.
So across the board, it's really great situation for us,
Yeah.
between all parties involved.
I just want to add one thing too, because we just voted to do the text alert system in the village. So this would have been, and it will be implemented soon, but this is the opportunity, when we have events such as this, to utilize that system.
How
So
did I get that alert then? Because I did get an alert about it.
you got an e-bulletin that we put out immediately.
Yeah.
We knew we had that technology, but
Yeah.
when everybody signs up, they'll have to sign up for the alert system.
Yeah,
So,
okay,
yeah,
great. Nice response on that too.
thank you.
That's pretty much it for me. The storm damage, we're dealing with a lot of branches still, so we're kind of doing a abbreviated brush run along with our leaves. Other than that, I was working on some pricing and some information for flashing stop signs for South Street. And I have that information. I can always email it over afterwards, but what we were looking for was a flash rate that would not trigger seizures. There's a certain frequency and hertz that will do that. And the units that I'm looking at will not do that. They actually meet all code standards.
And just so if anybody's, watching or listening, It's around the stop sign, am I correct?
Yep.
Yeah, and so it's a visual cue from a much greater distance further down the street to alert people, so it's safer.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw somebody blow through that yesterday.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know.
I was right behind them and they just, and I flashed them and it was kind of like.
Yeah, I know.
And we're dealing with it, village wide, I think with the increased traffic from some of the closures and, construction projects, but. I think there is some degree of people ignoring. Stop sign and just wanting to move through. I think that's probably 90% of the people that are traveling through that are just cutting through and they just want to get to point A to point B and they're not paying attention.
Yeah.
I think very few are actually having a hard time understanding that there's a stop sign there. It is visible. There's lots of cues. It's slow road, it's 20 miles an hour. But I mean, they're approaching this thing at probably 30 or 40 miles an hour. We have a speed sentry there that you can sit over a mountain and watch and you'll see that thing triggers 45.
All the time. All the time. And we're gonna be painting in the sidewalks in the spring.
Yes.
We're looking at a number of visual cues.
Yeah.
For those roads, so that'll be helpful. Did you have another question?
Yeah, just a question. We talked briefly when we were looking at the wood opening and the south opening, we talked briefly about the speed bumps that
The
are,
tables, yeah.
yeah. And I'd asked a question about difficulty in plowing over it. And I think when we put the road in, the recommendation at the time was there's a great inconvenience to the plows, but also it adversely impacts first responders. And so I just wanted to get your feedback again for that road. Now that we're down to 20, we have the stop sign, we're still having some speed challenges. The prohibitive factors to not put speed bumps on that road at certain locations.
I'm thinking tables as opposed to bumps, right?
Tables.
Yeah, I think that's really,
Those
we
are
have
that slow
It's like
ride.
the Del Monte.
the ones at Shane Place.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
We
different
follow-
degrees of what you can do
Sure.
for those, so we'll call it a speed table is more of a garage.
Yeah.
And then the speed humps are more of a robust kind of like,
Mhm. Yeah,
16
the
inch
bottom
wide,
of your car.
30 inch wide speed.
Yeah.
hump. So those are something that we would put out. Either way, to get over those, with the speed limit being 20, you really aren't gonna slam on your brakes when you hit these things. It's just there as a, an indicator that we need to slow down.
Mhm.
Speed bumps, on the other hand, like what you see on Rand Extension and Rand, even if we pave those in, same thing, those are more abrupt, and those are the slow traffic down through there. More on a hit your brakes, please slow down.
Mhm.
Either way, for us to plow those, because they're permanent, the plow is designed to float. So it will float and glide itself up and over that without a problem, or we can also lift it just a touch.
You're used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are permanent ones
Mhm.
throughout, throughout the county. Del Monte has them and they have their park without plowed without any issues. So
Yeah.
that's with, regular trucks with
Freestanding.
pretty hard edge plows.
So from your perspective, it's not a prohibitive element.
No, I don't think so. I think the fire department would agree.
Yeah.
They can navigate and get through this fine.
Yeah, we're reaching out to them to talk with them about that, about
And we'll-
conceptually,
We'll work obviously with everybody to make sure that whatever the plan is, will work for everyone.
right?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thanks for the report.
So Mayor, I think what we're hearing is that's still on the table, but we want to get through the painting and the season
Mhm.
and see where we are next year after the painting, what effect that has.
Yeah, but I still, if we're thinking about this and talking through some of these options, I do want to let our first responders know that we're
Mhm.
looking at it,
Mhm.
that's as a courtesy.
Yeah.
So, okay, great. Next up.
Are we all set with these guys?
I don't know, I was gonna say.
Yeah, do you need them for any other items? I mean, I think we're good.
No.
Thank you.
Well, I have to be here.
Oh, that's right, you're representing. Okay. Oh, we have 10 minutes. We're 10 minutes out from the hearing.
Mhm.
Won't be too long. Okay. Thanks so much.
Okay,
Jason.
thank you.
Okay.
This new format works nice too.
Good. Okay.
Thank you, Brad.
Okay. Next up is, the resolution for the intermunicipal agreement with the town for our GIS services. This is ongoing. Any questions about this?
Yeah, I had a question regarding, so this system is going to be an kind of website based GIS system, correct?
It is.
Okay,
We've been using it for years. So
perfect. So in terms of access to it, does our annual, operating expense split effectively give us, unlimited access to this system should we need to use it?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So this
It's
cost,
just a flat fee and, we're just sort of kicking it into the kitty basically because we're all using the system with the town.
got it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I hear where you're going. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Is there a motion?
Have we done this before too? This is just a.
Oh, yeah, this is just, we're just renewing it.
Oh, and how long was it again?
Until
What is it, 30?
2030, yeah.
Yeah, 2030.
Okay. Might not have been in my turn. All right, I'll make a motion that we allow the mayor to sign and approve the intermunicipal GIS cooperative agreement.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Roll call.
Trustee Winbeck,
Aye.
trustee Marshall.
Aye.
Trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Mayor Plummer,
Hi.
motion passes.
Okay, go satellites. All right. Next up is the consideration of the local law on the lighted sign, lighted village signage. This is about seeker.
Well, the reason we couldn't do it last time
Yeah.
is we didn't have seeker, so now we've got the form that I filled out before, you can either go through and change it or accept the way I filled it
Okay,
out.
yeah, we have the form.
You
Yeah.
I didn't pass those out.
did?
No, they're not signed as yet.
Oh, okay, let's, yeah, we'll pass. them.
I didn't know when, I didn't know. It's supposed to be.
Don't have.
There we go. Now we'll have the form.
Evidently, it's a secret.
There we go.
Seeker.
Exactly.
It's really good reason to.
Yeah, so this is pretty standard here.
Thank you.
Of the environmental impact. Any questions for Jeff, or is there a motion?
No, I'll make a motion to accept the short environmental assessment form associated with amending Village Code Chapter 168.
Second.
Yep, and
Declaring it to be a.
two.
No,
Negative.
negative. environmental.
Oh, yeah, negative.
With negative environmental impact.
We have,
Second.
okay, thank you. Roll call, please.
Trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Trustee Marshall.
Aye.
Trustee Winbeck.
Aye.
Mayor sorry, Mayor Plummer.
Yeah, oh, it's me. Aye, yes.
Sorry.
Aye. Okay, any other comments on the law? We have it in front of us. We've reviewed it.
Hearing is closed.
Yep, we've closed the public hearing, so we'll just back to the board for either discussion or vote. We've had, this has been before the board, you know, quite a bit, so.
Well, suppose I'll
We're gonna mosey into a
yeah, I'll
motion.
mosey into this motion. I suppose my hesitation is only in that, you know, nobody loves when you ask residents or not residents, but businesses to do something different based on how we perceive the presentation of lighting and signage and all of that throughout the village. So I'm aware that and feel that this is important. And so I'll make a motion to adopt the local law signage as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second.
Trustee Wilkes. Aye.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an aye with a yeah.
Trustee Marshall.
Aye.
Trustee Winbeck.
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye. I do want you to know, I did reach out to the chamber at a meeting and they're aware of this as well, so.
And I'd like to just take this time to thank trustee Cove for spearheading this. Also, it's her birthday, so happy birthday. to
Oh,
her.
happy birthday.
And I suppose I might ask, how many people are online right now?
Oh, okay.
In the spirit of her birthday.
What was that?
Okay. It's an inside joke.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Moving along, South and Wood Street construction update. Actually, it's essentially completed. There's just some tweaking to do. Our village engineer did go out and check the slopes on some of the sort of problem areas, just a couple. But there were notably on Wood Street, which is a completely new roadbed and street. We do have a little bit of pooling by our catch basin, a little bit of pooling on the north side of the street after rain events. So I have drafted a letter. I've just sent it to our engineer recently, and he's just reviewing it to add in, and then we're going to be circling back with GPI, with our engineering firm and the contractor, just to make sure that these last few things are taken care of before we pay the final check, which is hasn't been paid. So that's essentially the update on.
With GPI, because I know that was on like a sliding scale in terms of, you know, as long as we utilize them, there was a cost.
Mhm.
So did we realize a savings versus what we estimated the cost was going to be?
We have to look at the final bill. I'd have to take a look at that. I mean, if we don't have it in front of me, it's not in bill pay. In other words, we aren't doing anything until this is done correctly.
Got it.
To finish out the project. That's the update.
Okay.
No check will be
Go
sent
out.
out. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No. Anyway, I just wanted everybody to kind of know where we were on that. But we've been getting a lot of good feedback actually about that project from neighbors, you know, it's pretty nice. Okay, next up, the 25-26 village tax surrender. This is outstanding taxes in our village that are collected typically by the county. The form is in front of you. We all sign the form.
The form's in front of me that I will pass.
Oh, well, something's in the packet.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. You know, so you can see the form. It's pretty standard. The county then puts it on the tax bill back to the residents. So, and then in turn it comes back to us. So it's essentially an administrative action to enable them to collect it. So I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to extend this list to the county for collection
For the 25-26.
for the 25-26 village tax run.
Second.
Okay, we have a second.
Trustee Limbeck,
Aye.
trustee Marshall,
Aye.
trustee Wilkes,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer,
Hi.
motion passes. And then I have to send this to them after we get close, so you guys can sign it, please. And date.
Yeah, we'll just pass it through, sign and date.
Thank you.
And it's 6:30, so we can.
For luxury apartments, isn't paying their tax.
Uh-huh. Oh, it's interesting to see the list.
Well,
It's
it's a good chunk of change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think do some operational.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who knows? Yeah, no, it's interesting to see the list. And some of these are just sort of not current because properties have changed hands too, I think.
Yeah.
I think there's
Any
that.
number of reasons.
Chase Bank.
Yeah, the bank, you know,
Got lost
times
in
are
the mail.
tough. I don't know. Yeah,
It's in our underwriting department in New York.
it's what?
It's in our underwriting department in New York.
Oh, is it? Oh, all right, okay. Finish this up. All right. So now we have waved the white flag and surrendered our taxes to the county. And next up is David, our bicycle pedestrian sidewalk safety initiative updates.
Do you want to do?
Oh, the public hearing. I started to think of it and then I went right to the agenda. Yeah, why don't we open the public hearing then? This is a public hearing for the 6 South Main Street for the spa contouring business.
Make a motion to open the public hearing.
Well, before we do that, you're representing, he has permission.
There's an email if anybody needs it, that they need, gave me permission or wanted me to represent her, but she had a previous commitment for tonight.
Okay,
She's running 9 to 5, 5 days a week. You have one client at a time. All trash will be taken care of internally, so you know, generate any trash. She's in a location that was the massage, Samara, there's massage, of course, so they're very similar.
mhm,
But the reason for doing this is to bring her in conformance with the zoning of the district, to have a special permit for the operation.
okey-doke. Okay, thank you.
Just to correct the record, Steve's not representing her, he's presenting.
Presenting, you're right, thank you. Please do correct the record, yeah, you're not representing, you're
No,
presenting.
it's not a medical spot, it's all light therapy and.
Mhm.
And
I see what you're doing. Okay. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, is there a motion to open the public hearing?
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Lembeck,
Aye.
trustee Marshall,
Aye.
trustee Wilkes,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, the public hearing is now open. Is there anybody who wishes to speak? Anyone online? Any hand raised? Any? The mouse in the back of the room. Okay,
I will make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
okay,
Trustee Lembeck,
Aye.
trustee Marshall,
Aye.
trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
okay. The hearing is now closed. The item is back before the board. Is there any additional discussion or is there a motion?
No.
Still wish I knew what contouring meant.
I know, it sounds like, yeah, I know.
I tried to Wikipedia it, had no.
That's right, I know.
If you'll remember, she said she could make me look pretty.
You know,
Not a-
John, you're. See, I was gonna go the other way. I was gonna say, John, you're already beautiful.
You're already
Steve
lovely.
said,
Yeah, not gonna happen here. Oh, my gosh, okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the application for the new spa and body contouring.
second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Wilkes,
Aye.
trustee Marshall,
Aye.
trustee Lembeck,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, well,
Picture of mallet and chisel.
little contouring there, yeah.
Seems painful.
Yeah, I don't know. the
Well,
word just-
beauty takes a while.
I know.
I do have a concern that I thought about, if it's okay to address the board.
About this item or?
No,
Oh,
Okay.
about 75 in a row.
why don't we take that offline? Okay, and we can inform the board. I think it's better we take that offline. Okay, thank you though. And don't forget, remind me tomorrow. Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay, let's see, where are we here? Oh, the bicycle pedestrian.
So this is super quick. All that I did in this case, I took the materials from the last meeting, recognized that there were a couple of questions that were related to, it'd be nice to have a zoning map in there so people can actually look at that and understand which, locations I was thinking made sense to not necessarily have, bikers, all that type of stuff. I've also reformatted all of this, so it's the entire Article 10. What you'll see is the original, the text as it is today for each part of Article 10. I've given kind of the main issue with it, the proposed updates, and then on the next page, you'll see a red line of today's law versus implementing some language that would make sense for it. Big change here is really, again, just trying to modernize the language. Again, this was last done in almost 30 years ago. There are different vehicles out there now, e-bikes, e-scooters, et cetera. Aligning this with the New York State vehicle and traffic law, I think it's very helpful to be able to say, hey, we're pointing back to the state. These are things that they have gone through. This is, easy to be able to point to as a precedent. And then finally, really focusing on the safety of pedestrians and our young, kind of under the age of 12 bikers in the village. Because again, given the proximity of the schools, the middle schools, et cetera, you have a lot of kids, especially, early in the morning, riding bikes, trying to get to school. So making sure that they are safe and feel safe in our streets. And again, ever since the active transportation plan, we've wanted to be a walkable, bikeable, everything type of village. So this is kind of bringing us further into that lane. This is, I think, one step, one piece of the safety puzzle. Obviously, the next step is also how does this fold into street safety? The active transportation plan, any updates we may need to do with that. So, but this is, again, trying to focus on how do we fix some of the sidewalk issues so that people aren't afraid that they're going to be hit by a 70-pound, 25-mile-per-hour e-bike on the sidewalk, or, kids feel safe going to school. So
Great.
with that, again, for everyone on the board, take a look at your leisure. It'd probably be nice to discuss this at one of the workshops.
Yeah, we're gonna, that'll be an action item to put it on.
I would like to say though, I did read through it.
Mhm.
Nice job.
Yeah, I think it's really nice.
It read well, it made sense, I think it's well over.
It has a lot more
Have a
clarity.
lawyer do it. I mean, if you have a lawyer do it, then you can't understand it.
And it costs us more.
I
So,
must say that David's treading on the edge of cracks and all that license.
You know, all those loan agreements I had to deal with back in the day. Picked up a little legalese. So,
Dave, I just had two questions. And maybe this is stuff we can go through in a workshop, but one of them was, I did notice that there was the speed limit on inline skates, skateboards, scooters and roller skates, but there wasn't a speed limit that I found, or maybe I just didn't see where it was for bicycles, or electric scooters.
So the idea was that that is somewhat covered in terms of the section 176.24, kind of the precautions as it relates to how someone is going to be prudent and, an unaccompanied child, so that would be the only person actually using a bike, e-bike, e-scooter, et cetera, on the sidewalk, how they should be using it, as well as chapter 176.26. So how it would be prohibited. Now, can it be explicit? How we, putting a speed limit? Sure, we can put a speed limit if we want to, in terms of,
Well,
if you're an unaccompanied kid, you can't go over X.
we could discuss it in a workshop, because I also want to talk about it in a workshop. Because Jeff, I think you were part of this discussion early days. We were really looking at this about seizing a bike. If there's a public safety issue with, we may want to take a look at that too.
In terms of doing that? Oh, yes.
As part of enforcement.
So that was, if you look at
Yeah.
the penalties, I added in section 176-27.
Yeah,
Now, again, this is just
yeah, yeah.
for staff,
Mhm.
but to the fourth offense, equipment confiscation.
Okay, yeah, but I just want to talk about what that really looks like, like,
Yeah, yeah,
that's all.
yeah.
so Dave, I just go back to if 126-25B sets limitations on miles per hour for what generally are slower devices.
Mhm.
I would explicitly have the same for the faster
For the power.
powered vehicles as well, and be more explicit. And I still would like for everybody to think prior to that workshop about when ceding the right of way to a pedestrian, the only way to really do that is to not overtake them unless they conveniently make way to the side and it's appropriate. So I just want to think,
Like a biker?
yeah,
Oh, it's an audible. You have to give it.
well, you have to give an audible.
Yeah, yeah.
But the seating the right of way is one where if the pedestrians stay consistent side by side, there's no overtaking going on, right? That would be somewhat rude by the pedestrian. But what I'm suggesting is it may be that within a certain distance of a pedestrian, I still like the idea of, particularly in certain districts, having them dismount.
Okay, we can talk about that in a workshop though. I mean, I think we're all,
I like these ideas.
yeah, good ideas,
Okay.
we can round it out in a workshop.
Yep.
I gotta believe the dairy is dangerous on some.
Yeah.
That sidewalk by the,
Yeah,
leading to the dairy.
That was why, these are ones that I want to make sure
Yeah.
people had to dismount, because
Yeah,
too many
it's
people walking.
crazy.
And kids in little wagons and
Yeah.
it's
It's a lot.
too much
Yeah.
stuff going on there.
It's just my opinion, but it should be, I think it should be the second time you get caught. Not
Yeah,
third time.
yeah, but I mean, I think this is all good stuff.
I mean, but that's just my
Yeah, no, I think
lynch them opinion.
that's why I think. a
Thanks for the
workshop-
work, David.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is helpful, much better clarity. Okay, next up, treasurer's report, this. Quickly. I know, you all have,
Let me have one more thing.
Yeah.
That is, on the penalties, David said he thought imprisonment was a little harsh. It ought to come out anywhere we have imprisonment, it ought to come out. First of all, it's never gonna happen. Secondly, the judge, at least then judge, who's now county court judge, insisted on an attorney present if one of the penalties was imprisonment.
Oh, that's right.
So, I mean, it doesn't make any sense to have any penalties where there's imprisonment
It'd be
for
like a-
violation of our code.
Global
There's nobody's It's all in the code.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, but
Don't mess around, you're gonna end up in the pokey. Okay. No, that's a good point though, Jeff, yeah. That's a. Okay, meanwhile, treasurer's report, I mean Dorothea's out with a family matter. Thank you very much, Alexandria, for filling in and helping us this evening. Are there any questions? Pretty straightforward.
I'm seeing on that first page in the abstract, the largest single items, and there is reference there to GPI and the Southwood project. But then I don't see it subsequently in the bill pay. So I think that's where you would reference, you'd extracted it. So-
Yes.
So if I may, just to confirm, where on that summary by fund, the largest single item referencing the South and Wood, that is not actually getting paid under this bill pay,
Not at this point.
right? And so that's why the total at the bottom of 39,580 is materially different than the 62,916 on the summary of the fund.
Yeah, thanks for
Oh,
highlighting
yes.
that, just so it's clear. Yeah,
Yeah.
just so it's clear for everybody.
So I will approve the bill pay as presented with the exclusion of the South of Wood Street project.
second,
Okay, we have a second.
Trustee Linda,
Aye.
trustee Marshall,
Aye.
trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, what's next? Anything else here?
Yes, Steve. Good night.
Thanks so much,
Stay
Steve.
safe drive.
Take care.
Balance.
I do have a note from Dorothea, that if you notice, there's a double workers' comp charge that she's going over it with Francine, that it, was entered twice.
Yeah.
On the financial, but that she's aware of it.
Yeah, they're correcting the error. Thanks for reminding us about that. Yeah. Questions, motion?
Just making sure it wasn't.
Oh.
Make a motion to approve the financials for September 2025 as presented.
Okay,
Second.
Trustee Linda,
Aye.
trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Trustee Marshall,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer,
hi,
motion passes.
okay. Next up, the village clerk report.
And it was about the garbage system.
Yeah, so there's actually with a couple of
Oh.
things. Do you need to approve the meeting dates, or have you taken a look at the meeting dates for 2026 in detail? Or have any
I haven't,
concerns?
I haven't.
The clerk would love for everyone to review them so that you can be present.
Yeah, so we know what that means.
And then, we are still holding the Casella October payment.
Mhm.
The clerk is willing to pay upon your approval with a condition that there's 3 items our account manager with Casella is still needing to respond if they've been taken care of. And if the board wants to approve on that condition that they will be taken care of, or if we're waiting for everything.
So the question is, pretty much everything has been resolved.
Yes.
Am I correct? Because, and great work internally with the staff here, just reaching out to every single resident who had an issue, who let us know to, bring about a positive resolution. So, and circling back to make sure that everything was closed out with each resident. So there's just a few,
There's 3.
okay, few left.
Mhm.
Out of over 20 something, I think. it was.
Yeah, I think we had about 35
Yeah.
within a 2-week period, and some of those were giving us updates that, yes, it was taken care of. Because we asked for both.
Yeah,
What's the issue, or has it been resolved?
right, okay, so, we're not receiving any, another spate of complaints. In other words, it seems that we've resolved this for the most part.
Correct, yeah.
Okay,
Incoming has stopped,
okay,
but we have pending response from Casella on 3.
okay,
Like within
okay,
the
but they're
last
working
week.
on it and it's in the
Yeah.
hopper.
Yeah.
Okay,
In order to make a motion to pay a bill, Jeff, with conditions? Do we need to know the specific conditions, or can we just say the 3 conditions as known?
Usually there.
Off the top of my head, no, I don't have them for, yeah, for this right now.
We're not meeting again until
Mm,
December.
Okay, if you want to come back to this, I can pull them up, because I know they're in my email, but
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
is that okay?
So I, you know,
yeah, I see where you're going with
Feels
that.
better than an open-ended.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, yeah.
that's just for much as for Dorothea's benefit as boards,
Hmm.
so that she's, her duties are pretty well.
It's clear.
Right.
Okay,
Okay. What else? Anything else?
Minutes.
No, but anything else for the?
no, that's, no, I'm sorry, that was it for.
Okay,
Okay, so these are the proposed meeting dates, but we haven't fully looked through them.
yeah, I,
As of now, they're temporary, or,
Yeah.
we've got a meeting date with workshops.
I will tell you that the first meeting in November can be on a Tuesday. I place it on a Thursday, it'd be very similar to this one, but
oh,
if you guys want to do it on the Tuesday, then we should move it. I thought it was a holiday and it wasn't, it was an
It's-
accident.
Okay, so the
Yeah.
10th is not
No,
a,
it's
gotcha.
not.
he was hopeful.
I don't know.
I think so.
Make it up.
Well, I want to look through them, so I'm not gonna at this point. Okay, so we'll circle back on that, and then you're gonna get the 3 conditions, so we can release the check.
Yeah, before we adjourn tonight.
Yeah,
I'll have them
okay,
for
thank you.
everyone.
Okay, minutes?
One question on
Yeah,
the date,
whoops,
sorry to
no,
interrupt.
sorry.
Now with the new website, if and when we approve these and they go onto the calendar, can you enroll in the village board calendar or the HPV calendar and have it automatically sync into your iPhone?
Who's we, like
Like anybody, resident or us?
I can get back to you on that. I'm
don't know.
not really sure what you mean by sync.
Where you subscribe to a calendar?
But I think the only people right now that can even do that are us.
Yeah,
But
it's
then
internal.
Can we subscribe to
I
an
think
internal
you-
calendar?
And actually, probably not even us, maybe you and.
We have our own internal
Yeah,
calendars
separate calendar.
that we run
Yeah,
for staff,
Right,
they're
yeah.
administrative
Yep.
calendars for us.
but it's not the
You're,
next.
you're
board.
thinking like a button you can almost click
Yeah,
and
you
say,
add calendar.
I'm on my phone,
Subscribe,
add it to.
right.
Okay, we can look into
I
it.
know what file I know what you're talking about. I can get back to you on that.
Okay, that's an
Yeah.
action item, we'll look at it. Yeah.
Very small
Sure.
question. I just didn't know if there was one.
Tiny question. Okay,
If
okay,
it is
first,
available, that would be cool.
yeah, it would be cool. There you go. Okay, first up, August 27th minutes. Any amendments or questions? For those? Short little minutes. It
The,
was a bill pay.
the New York State local retirement system.
Oh, the local retirement system?
Yeah.
Andrea, do we have anything?
Any information about this or what the action is? I'm sorry.
Oh, I think it's, you know what it is? I know, because we do this every year. She wanted us to know, we always try to pay it before the end of the year,
Mhm.
I think is what this is.
It's due December 15th, so.
Yeah, the
80.
prepay, the
Prepay.
prepay, yeah. So I think that's why she wanted us to see that, which we prepay every year.
Right, so yeah.
Do we need a motion?
Is there any reason
Yeah.
to prepay it? Is there like a fee?
Yeah, I think we get a reduction, don't we? There's something we get. There's
It's
something,
ringing the bell, I just don't know.
I know.
There is a reason she wants to do it.
Yeah, there is a reason.
It looks like the regular contribution is the 94,022, and with prepayment, we get
Oh, yeah.
82,489.
We get a
So it's a
deduction.
fairly significant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just don't know if this is in here because she wants us to.
yeah, she
Yeah,
does. I
what
think
is-
we have to approve it every year to go ahead to prepay the bill.
We've done this regularly.
Yeah, it's
so
an annual
Yeah.
thing.
Annual invoices.
Yeah.
Here, I make a motion to pay the New York State local retirement system prepay amount of 82,489 as presented.
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Limbeck,
Aye.
trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Trustee Marshall,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer,
Aye.
motion passes.
Okay, now we're up to minutes.
Sorry.
And the first set's August 27th, and I think this was a bill pay too or something, yeah.
I was not there. Actually, we don't have enough. We don't have enough people.
Oh, yeah, we don't have, yeah. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna hold off on the August 27th minutes until we have the quorum to approve. We're switching.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of September 9th as presented.
Second.
Okay. Roll call.
Trustee Wilkes,
Aye.
trustee Marshall,
Aye.
trustee Limbeck,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay. Liaison reports, anything, John, from you or,
No,
okay. And any member items from folks?
My only liaison report, I met with the Friends of the Arboretum.
Yeah, the Arboretum.
So one of the things that's really nice in going to these board meetings is it is one of the best organized, non-nonprofits, they're not even a 501c3 yet, with significant minutes, organizational structure, and attendance at these board meetings. So it's nice to have that vested interest. They're working through the 501c3 process. There was some consideration where, because of the expense of being an umbrella organization within other nonprofits, I suggested not to do that. We want to directly have a relationship with a singular focused 501c3 for the Arboretum, should we, as we've talked about before, engage in that way. I did talk about the charrette. We don't have one yet in the calendar or dated, but if we could have it be an action item of the administration to get one on the calendar. The library room is probably
They can book Fisher.
right, if we can book Fisher.
Or, and sometimes we've done it also in the meeting room at First Pres, just depending on
Yep.
what's available.
Yep,
Yeah.
and so I think first flush would be Fisher, and then second would be.
Yeah, they'll sort
Yeah.
that. They can take care
But
of it.
January, late January would be great. We'll want to work through perhaps in a workshop a format for presenting, but I do think it would be nice to extend the floor longer than just 3 minutes to the organization to talk about what they've done in the past, or more importantly, provide an inventory and opportunities of discussion moving forward. At the end, they're fully aware this is our spearhead, and we're looking to understand what their articles of incorporation look like. I think through a workshop, we want to make sure that if there are elements of that we require as part of a relationship that might move forward, that we tell them that in advance of any organization on their part being formed. So I think we just keep it moving forward, but it seems like we're moving in the right direction. And our job still is to determine to what degree do we extend any authority for them to operate independently, and then also for us to talk about what that contractual type relationship might look like and for how long, but that's work that we can do, I think, after
I think the charrette will be the driving component.
I think so.
Of all of this too. It's overarching because
Yep.
it involves the entire community,
Yep.
so I think what comes out of that is how.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I wanted to express that in the discussion last night, and what they had said to me and what I had said to them, is absolutely the charrette is important, and they value the input of the public and hope that it's in high attendance.
Great,
So,
great,
I'll-
thank you. Thanks for the update.
Yep.
Handle there. Okay, any other member items? From folks?
Frederica,
Yes,
any update on?
we have not heard back. We need the specs for the base for the statue. It may not go in until the spring because with the weather, they may not be able to do the base.
That was gonna be my
Yeah.
follow-up, is that,
Yeah,
given the time.
I know,
Probably
I
makes
know.
sense now.
So,
to
yeah,
wait.
so-
Okay.
so we can keep Mr. Douglas warm all winter.
Perfect.
In the spring.
Keep it,
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, exactly. Any, John, anything from you?
No.
You're good? Okay. I make a motion, we can do it. Roll call,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer,
Aye.
motion passed.
Okay. You can pause, please.
Okay.
Okay, we're set? Okay. I make a motion, we leave executive session. I make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, we have to do roll call.
Okay, thank you.
You did second, I'm sorry. I'm champing at the bit too, aren't I?
Trustee Marshall,
Aye.
trustee Lundbeck,
Aye.
trustee Wilkes,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
One,
Oh,
Before
I
we do
don't
that,
make that motion.
we had the three.
I have the three conditions.
Oh.
Remembering that down, yeah, yeah, well played.
So two of them are actually that, bins remain at the curb. And then one is all the bins have been taken, so it's three reports, two of the same conditions. So how?
Okay, I make a motion that we pay the bill for Casella and Sarek for the refuse district on the conditions just discussed that are resolved,
Yeah, October bill.
The October bill.
October bill.
the October bills.
Second.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Trustee Lundbeck,
Aye.
trustee Marshall,
Aye.
trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, I make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Trustee Marshall,
Aye.
trustee Wilkes.
Aye.
Trustee Lundbeck,
Aye.
Mayor Plummer.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, thank you, everybody.